Hello, this is Kelly Kleiman, and you're listening to the DealershipNews.com podcast, where we spotlight the who's happening in the automotive industry. It's foot soldiers, visionaries, salesmen, GMs, owners, service managers, and industry vendors alike. Today, we're very happy to have with us for this podcast the managing partner of Brooklyn Mitsubishi, Patronn himself. How you doing, Patronn?
Good, Kelly. Thanks for having me, man.
A pleasure. A pleasure to have you. We have a mutual friend in Sean Kelly. Sean is one of the top automotive consultants, I think, in the country, and an amazing networker.
Oh yeah, we're doing big things, me and him. So in 2019, absolutely, huge fan. Love the guy.
Me too. Me as well. So what drove you into the car business to begin with, and what did you do beforehand? I'm just trying to understand what your path to success was.
You really want to know? You're just asking.
I'm curious because you can't believe some of the answers.
I used to deliver pizzas, man. Right out of high school.
Holy cow! So
yeah,
which brand?
Pizza? Oh no, it was a local pizzeria in my hometown where I graduated from.
And then right into the car dealership.
Right into the car business, man. Absolutely.
You were born into it.
Yeah, it looks like, I'm a born salesman, they say.
It sounds like it. I'm not even going to ask you your real name. We're just going to stay with the Patronn. I love it. So what does your team over there at Brooklyn Mitsubishi do to go above and beyond, to guarantee good service and satisfied customers who would be inclined to give you guys really good reviews?
I mean, it's all about the experience. When I came on board, going on 2 years, I told the guys that everybody has the car, right? Everybody has the pricing, and we advertise on this, and that's great. But if it comes down to it, people want to buy from people that they like. They want to like it from the experience. So, we created this positive energy over here where we don't take no for an answer, but we're not pushy. I told them to stop selling, and they looked at me like I was crazy. What do you mean stop selling, right? Stop being pushy. Stop being, that typical salesman. Treat the customer like gold, and they're going to give you the business, bottom line, and be a little different than them.
Yeah, I love that philosophy. Don't sell them. Just give them the information they want and have them like you, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that brings to mind the next question, which is giving back to the community. And, well, I know you're in Brooklyn, and I'm just kind of wondering, do you guys have any fun promotions that you've come up with that resonate within the community? What do you guys do to give back?
We do. We do a couple of things with the high schools right now that we actually involve with the community. We have special events where we have, people come to the dealership on the weekend basis with food. We did a food drive last year. There's a lot of things that we're trying to do. We help out for the hurricane that happened in Guatemala. We did really well. The community came together, and, we donated a lot of money.
Yeah, that's outstanding. That's really important, and
it is.
I appreciate that as well. So let's ask. Well, this is kind of a media strategy question more than anything. It's more of like the dotting I's and crossing T's type stuff. But what does your media buy strategy look like? If you had to break it down to digital, to traditional,
break it down. I would say 85% digital, right, and 60% of that is probably social. I'm probably the most social guy on automotive right now, and it's working for us. It's giving us the best ROI. My cost per click is very, very low, and the dollars you spend goes a long way. So you can pretty much I own Brooklyn pretty much everywhere. My domain name is crazy right now. Well, organically.
Yeah. Is it mostly Facebook or is it Instagram? Do you work on all four platforms? Probably less LinkedIn.
All platforms, but mainly Facebook, yeah.
Mainly Facebook. And you take advantage of the Facebook marketplace?
Absolutely. We hit 1 million followers back in November, combined.
That's remarkable.
We have the number one Facebook page, automotive-wise, in the industry right now with over 500,000 followers.
Are you familiar with Easy Referral?
I'm not.
That's one of Sean's clients as well. That would have been I'm trying to remember his name. It'll come to me here in a few minutes. But
Okay.
he basically works with Sansone Jr. Paul Sansone
Oh
Jr.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. There
yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he has.
I actually sat with Paul. We had dinner 2 weeks ago in Staten Island. My partner Jason from Nextel
Mhm.
flew down, and we sat down, and they wanted to look at our app and stuff like that. I'm the CEO of the Nextel app, so they wanted to kind of like collaborate and things like that. So we have something in the works, and
So,
that did come up. Easy referral did come up.
yeah, he has an interesting app there for social media that I think I do believe that salesmen would be smart to engage with. It works, right? Obviously, it's working for you with 1 million followers.
Right now, it's working for me. It's working for my guys. How do you build a brand within a brand? I think that everybody's going that route. And, I created it. I didn't know what I was doing a year ago, right? I just went crazy on social media. A couple of things went viral. And, we got a few new franchise coming out now. We got all these things coming out. So a lot of things came out of it, man. So I'm blessed for it. And I just want to share it with the whole world, pretty much.
Well, let's talk about some of your top sellers over there. What models are smoking right now, and where do you see the steam picking up in 2019?
I think Mitsubishi has done an amazing job in 2018
Mm-hmm.
with the new CEO on board.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely a visionary. He sees where it's going. Branding was part of the problem,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that with the new campaigns that they're doing, focusing more on digital, it's something that it's going to put them back on the map. And now that they did the buy with acquire with Nissan, the 40% stake with Nissan,
Mm-hmm.
it's a game changer because they're going to come out with a ton of cars that now they're going to share platforms with Nissan. So I think it's a beautiful thing that it's happening at the same time. And we just love to be part of it, man. We're a big fan. We believe in the brand. And at the end of the day, Kelly, look, it doesn't matter what you sell. If you sell yourself, people are going to buy from you, man. The product is just a product. I always say that to people.
Yeah, well, I tend to agree with you 100%. You mentioned 2018, and in 2018 we saw a wave of bad credit buyers, and they got hit especially bad by the Fed increasing interest rates on loans.
The interest rate, yeah.
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 So, and it looks like right now those interest rates are static. Did it affect you at all in 2018, or is Mitsubishi? Do they compensate one way or another, or did it not
They
make that
do.
much of a difference?
They do. They got some good programs.
Mm-hmm.
2018 we didn't feel it. We're feeling it a little in 2019. I think a lot had to do with that government stuff that happened, with the taxes happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But Mitsubishi's still aggressive enough to put a good program out there to make the deal make sense. You know what I'm saying? Ally, we partner with Alex as well, and they're buying deep for us. So. Yeah, I mean, we grind it out. It's a grind every day, but we love it.
Absolutely. And speaking of grind, sometimes you have to grind a customer, but nonetheless, we're talking about things like used versus new cars. And obviously people come in, they can't afford a new car because of the interest rates that we just spoke of. So you gently segue them into used cars. I'm just curious as to what the ratio of new to used is over at your particular dealership.
2-to-1.
2-to-1.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That seems to be anywhere from 2 to 2.5 to 1 is kind of where it's going right here on the West Coast. So that seems to fall in lockstep with the rest of the country. Which automotive vendors float your boat? Guys you could bank on to provide either great service or even great leads. Who are your top 3?
Oh, wow. Really, man?
Yeah.
These
I
guys
love
are
this
very
one.
sensitive, man.
We're not going to tell you which ones you don't like, but I'm curious as to.
Yeah, no, we're not going to get into that, right?
Oh, I would love to. I would love to, but I know we can't. Well, when we're having drinks.
One thing I can say is, Kelly, every market is different, right?
Yeah.
Every market is totally different. I happen to own my market because I know my customers. And I think that people focus too much on, what I'm doing in Brooklyn. Like I always say, right? It might not work in Miami. It might not work in Chicago, but it works here. We're heavy subprime, 80% subprime over here. So a lot of the stuff that I do with digital, with social media, it really works because it coming in, wanted to get approved, and we happen to have all the banks, so we get them done,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, but I still haven't gotten those 3 vendors.
I I knew you were going to come back. I mean, listen, the top three, I would say would be Car Guru, right?
Right.
Cars.com is giving us the ROI, and yeah, Auto Trader too. I mean, it's like Pepsi and Coke. Some people like Pepsi, some people like Coke. So you got to have both. You know what I'm saying? You got to have both because it's different clients. Different clients.
Are you familiar at all with dealer leads?
I am.
Yeah, just curious. Let's say you've got a crystal ball for the rest of the year. We've got 3 quarters to go, right? Yes, we do.
Yeah.
What are car sales going to look like in your neck of the woods?
I think that if they write out whatever it's going through right now, right? I think they're going to put themselves in a very good position, just like happened in 18, in 08. You know what I'm saying? Which I write it out and I capitalize on it. So what happens is that, most people don't want to write it out. They kind of quit. I'm not a quitter kind of guy. I'm going to write it out until the end, right? So if you write it out and you see there's better days ahead, you already see the consumer confidence starting to get back there, right? The little checks that they're getting it there. So consumer confidence is coming up. The summer's around the corner. It's already spring. So, we did 13 deals yesterday, on a Wednesday. Like, you know what I mean? We'd almost do 6 to 7. So you see already starting to pick up. My appointments went up from 20 to like 30, 40 appointments a day. So, the calls are starting to come back. A lot of calls are coming in. So I think that 2019 could be one of the best years for salespeople. If they grind it out, they stay consistent. The problem is that most people are not consistent. They give up very easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A champion sticks to it. And you hear that when you speak to a lot of the better sales folks out there.
No matter what.
Absolutely. They don't give up. They just dig in and they dig in for the long haul. And I just want to thank you so much for joining us today, Al Patronn of Brooklyn Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
That guy we're speaking to right now is the managing partner. Awesome speaking to you, and I wish you all the success in the world moving forward. And again, thank you for being with us. I am Kelly Kleinman. This is the Dealership News Podcast. It's Thursday. It's the second day of spring. Have a great one.